Hello there and welcome to the QNB Stars League review show, all in English here on Alcast, as we look back at all 6 matches in Week 18. What a weekend. We saw 27 goals in all, some of them top draw. Al Sadd seemed to be homing in on the title. That would be their first in 6 seasons. It's wide open down at the bottom. As always, I'm joined by former English Premier League players Nick Summerby and Chris Makin, who are going to share with us their expert opinion as they analyse each game in detail. However, there has been much deliberation over choosing the top 3 goals. In fact, they're probably still deciding right now. So expect a little bit of disagreement at the end of today's show. It's all to come, but first let's remind you how they lined up for Week 18. So on Wednesday, the 27th of February, Al Kharatiat Al Gharafa was the early kick-off at 1800. 2010 saw Al Shahaniya take on Al Rayyan. On Thursday, Al Duhail, the champions, against Al Ahly. That was the 1800 kick-off. At 2010, Al Sadd, who are just looking fantastic, up against Qatar Sports Club, who are struggling. On Friday, the 1st of March, the final day of Week 18, Al Salia were up against Al Arabi at 16:50, and at 19:15, Al Khor faced Salal. OK, let's get straight to the action. And Al Kharatiat was still bottom of the league going into Week 18, but following their wonderful victory over Salal in Week 17, they suddenly believed that they could get out of trouble. Al Gharafa was the next test. It may be too late, but Al Kharatiat have suddenly found a purpose and direction. They looked lively from the start against Al Gharafa and were ahead just after half an hour through Razak. It was on the hour mark. They extended their lead when Lazar finished off a good passage of play. Abdulaziz Al Ansari made absolutely certain of another 3 points for Al Kharatiat in the 71st minute, and the fight for QNB Stars League survival was still very much intact. Wow, incredible. This end of season has got everything, all the drama we require. Chris Makin, do Al Kharatiat manage to turn it all around? What's happening there?
The homing in of Qatar Sports Club.
Well, they are. They certainly
holding
are.
their tools.
We'll get to them, but at least what Al Kharatiat can do is just do what they're doing, and that's winning football games.
Who's the next game?
Al Kharatiat, next play. Oh, it's not
Qatar.
Oh, it is Qatar Sports Club in week. It is. Oh, that's
there's an outside chance, a lot to do yet, but if they beat Qatar Sports Club, it moves on to 12 points, so it's a double figures within touching distance of Al Khor, but it's a big ask, isn't it? Maybe just too little, too late. Just about.
But what's been the turnaround, Nick? You know, for weeks, for 16 weeks, we were scratching our heads, going, "What's going on? There's no direction there. They look all lost." And suddenly, we're seeing some fight.
You know what, Rodri? It's 7 years. That's the first time I can't answer it. I don't know. I didn't see it at all. Just before the break, they were all over the place. It just looked awful. One of the worst performances. I think we covered one of the performances, and they were everywhere. But they've come back, and it's changed. It really has. I do agree with what Chris says there, though. It probably is a little bit too late. But hey, listen, they're giving it a go. The next game is massive. If anything, there, Al Khor, Qatar are getting into it. Qatar aren't looking very good at the moment as well. So, but listen, it's brilliant what they're doing down there. It's great. It's exciting. When we thought it was all over, we thought it was literally a case of Kharatiat and Al Khor going down. Doesn't seem to be the case. These two have started fighting.
OK, so we've got to have a word on Gharafa. I mean, goodness me.
Well, he didn't know what to say about Al Kharatiat. I haven't got a clue what to say about Al Gharafa. They lost the last couple of games. 3-0 to Kharatiat. Are they that bad? This is a great finish, by the way, by Razak against his former club. But Gharafa, you go through their players. Mendes has just joined the football club. Weiss, Schneider, Aladdin plays for Qatar. Taremi. All these big players.
I don't know. I mean, Abdulaziz, by the way. You know, Christian Gorkov, the head coach of Al Gharafa, must just be thinking. Well, I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, you know, he came here. It's not his first time in Qatar. Not his first time with Al Gharafa. He knows the club. He had success there before. I wonder what he is thinking. What's going through his mind? He's just watching it collapse. He had such high hopes at the beginning of the season.
Is there a bit of player power there? Is there a problem in the dressing room? Can he not get it going? A lot of these managers that come, they seem to get a little bit of something out of them, then all of a sudden it goes down. I don't understand. Chris just mentioned there's a lot of big players there, good players, but at the moment it's just not happening at all. And it's a worry. You know, there's obviously big wages there. There's obviously some of the players what are in there, and they have to be doing better. You've got to be seeing something positive out of it. Do you know their worst thing is winning that QSL Cup? As soon as they do that, he just goes downhill from there.
Did it last
just
season?
get out,
Did it
get
again
knocked
this
out.
season?
They need to get knocked out of that in the first round, don't they? And then all of a sudden kick on, because after that, as if they just turn the engine.
You know
off
what? Alcor on 15 points, 4 points behind Al Gharafa.
You know,
I'm not saying they're going to catch him, but the form that Al Gharafa are in at the moment, right? Just been beaten 3-0 to bottom of the table Al Qanatia. Alcor all of a sudden winning.
Listen, there's 12 points. There's 12 points up the grabs. Al Gharafa play like that every week. They're in line to lose each one of those.
Yeah, but what will happen there is all of a sudden they just turn it on because they've got the quality in the team, and that is where you go. Well, why haven't you done that all throughout the season? They can do that. There's no way that team's going to go down or get brought.
It's not on, really, is it?
No, it won't be. But that's what will happen. They'll just blow someone away in one of the games, and you won't understand why.
Is that why you didn't go into management, you two? Imagine having to deal with the player power today.
Do you know what? There's a video of at the old club what we played with Sunderland. Sunderland Till I Die, it's called.
Yeah.
And it gives you an insight of when a club has gone a little bit.
It's available on Netflix, yeah.
And the dressing room's gone. I mean, Chris Coleman came in, so many managers. And it wasn't their faults at all. It was the club had just gone, finances, blah, blah, blah. And it's very difficult to turn it. You know, that dressing room's gone and you don't get it straight away, or you have it a little bit and it goes. It's very difficult, I imagine, to try and turn it around and get it going. Once these players now decide not to do it and they haven't got the fight for it, it's difficult. It really is. You can't tell them.
So
off. You can't run them. It's all this stuff what we used to get done by. No days off. We'll run you order. You can't do any of that now. You've got to look after them even more, and it's a difficult job for the managers now.
Is it when your club runs into that sort of difficulty now, and we're talking about the QNB Stars League, is it a case of just stripping it to the bone and starting from scratch?
They normally do, don't they, Al Gharafa?
Well, not enough,
Same as
obviously.
aren't they?
Yeah.
Not enough.
That's not been proven to work, though, has it?
But we've got to those clubs that, you have to be looking outside of that. You've got to be looking at Gharafa, you've got to be looking at Ryan, you've got to be looking at Al Arabi. These have got to make it stronger, the league. They're the ones that have got to push to Hale and
They did well last year. They got in the top four, didn't they?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Got into
Qatar Cup and then...
Asian Champions League.
Yeah, just slipped away from them then. And with Schneider coming in as well, he sort of seemed to galvanise them. But
they've missed Schneider. He's not been playing, has he, recently?
There's a difference when he comes back, definitely, but he's not been playing.
All right, let's move on. Al Shahania, they look like they just about have enough, according to Nick and Chris, to avoid relegation. But in week 18, they were up against fourth place Al Rayyan. Commentary comes from Nick Summerby and Chris Macon.
Hamid Ismail, but Tabata lines up this free kick into the near post. Looks as though Al Hajri had it covered. There's another.
Please
Come on, deliver now.
Here we go.
Better whips into the near post. There we go, 1-0. They've took the lead. Shahania. Sulaka, is it, the big defender? Well, that's more like it from Ramin. 1-0, Shahania.
He looks like a player that could possibly play at a higher level. We saw him on the international scene as well. He's full of confidence. You know, this is good play again from Shahania, working it out from the back.
Kaufman again up on this left hand side now for Ryan. Not a bad ball through to Rivas. Rivas trying to cut the ball back. Better from Ryan. Here we go. Tabata feeding Luca on that right hand side. Can he get his shots off? Seems to be taking his time. Goes for the audacious chip. Great touch by Amangua. Here we go, down that far side for Shani. Can he get a decent crossing? Comes to Ramin. Oh, Ramin just took a step away from the ball. Thought he was going to take on the volley. Good move from Shahania.
Brilliant play, but positive as well.
Good turn there in midfield. Here's Al-Khawari. Lays one off just out wide there. Amangua might get a chance. Good covering by Zuma though.
Gives it away again. It's back with Shahania. When it does seem to open up, we'd like Zuma down the left-hand side. You know, it's just that quality.
Oh,
Here
he's
we
got
go.
play him in. Al-Khawari now. Al-Khawari 2-0. Counter-attacking football by Al Shahania at its best.
Fantastic play as well. You know, direct, but all of a sudden, then when it comes to Amangua, he pulls it back straight away for Al-Khouari, and Al-Khouari has to take it first time, and he does that, and side-foots it past the keeper to make it 2-0 to Shahania.
Here we go again, here we go. Amangua, just past that far post. Al-Khouari getting his body in between the ball and Vieira. That's a wonderful touch by Sad, who's breaking forward again for Shahania. Sad might have to go alone here, trying to get past Vieira. Sad, what a goal this will be! Sad scores! 3-0 Shahania. What a goal by Sad! And this evening for Ryan just got even worse, but it got even better for Shahania. What a goal by Sad. Made it himself. To pass it into the near post. There's the flick coming in from Luca that time for Ryan. Fee for El Sadi, he's got 19. El Arabi for Ryan. He's got 19. Here's Amangua again. Amangua can make it 4. Amangua had the chance to make it 4. It should be 4-0.
Look at the crossfield ball as well there to Amangua. A lovely first touch. Is he going to cut inside? There he is there trying to...
Oh! Just wide by Amangua.
Al-Harazi, ball across the box there.
Getting across the keeper.
Got to get across that near post.
Target by Ramin, punched away by Yunus in goal for Ryan.
He's back on his feet now, Ramin. That's the main thing. He's hobbling a little bit, but here's Ko now. They've opened it up down this right side. Here's Mufax. Have a look at the quality. That's better. But once again, well done by Alvaro.
And they've done it. What a win for Shahania. And maybe that could have been the most crucial 3 points of the season. That could be the one that keeps Shahania in the QNB Stars League.
Yes, will it indeed be the win that keeps them in the QNB Stars League next summer?
Yes, definitely. And it's a quality performance. They've shown that all throughout the season. Good football inside, well organised, can score goals. We'll get into Amangua a little bit. Wonderful performance. If he can score more goals next season, say. But it was a big performance. Ryan, all over the place. There's problems there. Obviously, there must be something behind the scenes. Has to be. It's one of the worst performances I think we've seen them. But I don't want to talk about them. I think it's all about Shahania.
Yeah.
Shahania have been absolutely fantastic and very difficult to come up and try and stay in the league. You know, there's not even a handful of sides what have done that. They learned from the last time when they came up and went straight back down, and they're good for it. You know, whatever the manager's got there is he's got a good side, by the way, which can compete with anybody in this league.
Because it's not a flash in the pan, is it, with them? I mean, you said it in the preview show. You said they did a lot of their work early season. You know, they got a couple of important wins, which
they deserve this breathing space now, don't
exactly.
they? Did it without Lucho as well, the top goal scorer.
Yeah.
Amangua was absolutely fantastic. And listen, all the players played their part. But they did the hard work at the beginning of the season, and they just deserve this little bit of a breathing space now and enjoy it.
OK, let's enjoy and focus on the good then, before we will talk about Al Rayyan, but Al Shahania, and first of all, Nick, the passing. Shahania passing.
Well, we talk about positive, you know, it's all about, it's OK playing football, but with a meaning. Watch them go back now, just watch when it actually starts happening now. Direct passing, look. Lovely 1-2 touch, finding the space, watching the movement as well. You know, lovely touch by Amangua, we're just talking about, who was absolutely fantastic on the night. You know, the cross comes in, nothing really comes of it, but look from that small sequence of passes. I mean, we're showing you proper gear here. They don't have this anywhere. This is, look, we're above looking down. We're on everything. This is all brand new technology. You know, but the cross goes in, nothing really comes of it. But this is what there's an end purpose in it. They're doing everything to try and get forward and create something, which they do. We have a lot of this football now where it just goes on and it's a little bit boring. And it does. This is purpose, zipping it around. Look, we talk about this. Look, and just watch when it gets down to the nitty-gritty. Here's your defender. What do? Go into the space then, if it's in front of you. Lovely little bit of a flick. Look where we are now. We're now onto their back two defenders. Out to right side, finding the person with space. There's your shot at the end. Good, positive, brilliant play. We have a lot of this when it goes from side, back, 2 yards forward, 3 back, side. You're not getting anywhere. It's easy to mark, you know. It's all about when that pass opens, when it opens up, can you thread it through? If it gets a bit of space, can you go into the space? You know, little thing, and that's what they do, all that.
Why then? Why would a side play in a negative way? We know, what you're describing is not rocket science.
Right,
we know that play positive, push forward.
I'll tell you why. Because we're all stuck in this way, this Barcelona-y type of way.
But Barcelona don't pass around for no reason.
Yeah, but they do pass it around a lot. But these people have not got it right. What they're doing. They think when you play football, is if you're ever in trouble, your safety is to go back. But you don't. You've got to be looking forward all the time. It's got to be you've got to be pushing it forward. But when you go back there, they're not getting anywhere. They're playing for the sake of it. And the more you're going back to the side, you're not opening any space up.
And the tempo of the game drops.
There's got to be a point when you go forward. What's the thing what Arsene Wenger said when he was playing?
Well, I talked to Martin Koeman, who was at Leicester, and he said if any of the midfielders came short and got off the back four, they had to make a turn and pass it forward. Otherwise, they got an almighty telling off from Arsene Wenger.
Really?
Yeah.
So that answers you.
So if you Pitti or Vieira at the time, if anyone drops off and demanded off the back four, you had to be prepared to get on the half turn. Next pass has got to go forward.
So what we're
that was drilled in. That was your role, your job, your duty, your responsibility.
Yeah.
So what we're getting here is you're getting your midfielder, you're giving him the ball, and then he's giving it back. So there's your difference.
And that's for the opposition. That's your set point. As soon as if I'm putting pressure on Nicky, as soon as he passes it back, everyone comes up then.
Yes, that's the difference. You've got to do it with a purpose. You have to be an end product. It's what football's all about.
But then again, what you're saying does make sense. Why don't more teams try it? Why do we see teams dropping into this negative?
All right, okay, I'll give you another one. So we're getting caught out. Sorry, we're getting caught out now saying long balls. We're not saying long balls.
No.
We're saying about get it forward sometimes. Direct. Sometimes chip a ball in behind, and then it gives you the space to start playing.
What about the best managers sometimes do? What about Louis van Gaal when he went to Manchester United? Guilty of overplaying, coming in after the match, getting beaten and saying they've had 60-70% of possession.
Who cares?
Who cares? Jose Mourinho at the end there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, interesting stuff. Do you want to pick up on Amangoa? You mentioned him as a fantastic performance from him.
Absolutely fabulous, and he just needs more goals for his game. Mind you, we said that about a few players over the years. I remember a Afif last year at Al Sadd, and he's in that type of form at the moment where everything about his general play is excellent. He's turning, he's getting towards goal, and he just needs a few more goals. If you look at his type of play and his quality, he should be getting about 10 goals a season, I would think, Amangoa. And I think he's capable of it. Time and time again, he gets in the right areas. And he just needs to tighten up on the finishing aspect, but that's about it. He was excellent on the night. Stood out, didn't he?
Yeah, he just deserved it, because it was a man of the match performance. And look at this, everything, his hard work is given by him, but just watch this here now. This is where you want him just to put it away. There you go, opens up for him, slide it past the keeper, which he deserved, and he just pulled it wide. So, once he gets that part of his game right, then he'll be a problem. Okay,
that's all the good. Well done, Al Shahania. We have to just touch a bit now on Al Rayyan. They're in the AFC Champions League. They can't go in like that. We saw Sebastian sitting on the sideline before the match. I've got to say, we didn't pick it up at the time because we didn't think. I thought he looked very sort of down. And
I didn't see it, did he?
Yeah, of course. It's easy in hindsight.
Suspended though, wasn't he?
Yeah, but
body language. You talk
in
about.
hindsight, was he just down because he's suspended, or was he down because he knew that things are not right? I don't know. I'm mind reading him. I'm not a body language expert.
We don't know what's gone on at the football club, but that smacks of behind the scenes goings on for me, because it's just not a Rayyan performance. That is the worst Rayyan performance I've seen since we've been here. We've been here 6 years now, our 7th season. Never seen him play that bad. For me, right from the start, we called it right from the start, so they're not the races. Body language was off. Sometimes the work rate, instead of going 10 yards to go and press someone, you go 6 or 8 yards, and it's not just quite there, is it?
Yeah, and bullying you.
And by the way, and it's all over the pitch, and sometimes, even if you're carrying 2 players, you can get beaten again, but if you're carrying 4, 5 or 6...
Yeah, you could see it. Bullet Nugent, the head coach, his face at the end, was just a face of thunder. Yeah. I mean,
he was angry. You could see that. But to us, it makes it quite interesting because you've got Al Ali 29, Rayyan 30, Salir 31. That makes it quite interesting. And Rayyan aren't a given, are they? No. Nope. Al Ali get away with that there, so they're back in. That should give them a little bit of a kick up the backside, if I like. But Rayyan, they're not a given for the top 4 for me. The way they're playing at the moment.
All right, let's move on to Al Hale. They really couldn't afford another slip-up if they were to defend their title. Don't forget, they are still the champions. In week 18, they were up against Al Hale, and they were still looking for a big performance under their new head coach. Possession stakes were shared in this match, but the reality of the situation was that Al Ahly didn't have a sniff. 7 attempts on target for Al Hale, 6 of them in the back of the net. It took Benatir 20 minutes to score his first league goal in Qatar, and the Al Hale steamroller was up and running. Muntari showed great control and composure for number 2. Nakajima then got his first goal for his new team. Nagy scored a beauty in the 68th minute, and then 2 from El Arabi 8 minutes apart made it 6, with nothing in reply from Al Ahly. So, normal service resumes for Al Hale, Chris Makin.
Yeah, that's what we expect from Al Hale. A boatload of goals, but very similar to Karatsiak's position. Is it too little, too late? 4 points behind Al Sadd now. They have that massive game. I think it's penultimate game of the season against Al Sadd. Well, we yet to receive the dates, aren't we, for the last 2 rounds? So they need to win that game and then hope that Al Sadd draw or lose another game. But then Al Sadd's goal difference is absolutely astonishing. Yeah, that gives them the edge.
It does. Rui Faria is the new man in charge, of course. Jose Mourinho, who's in town at the moment, his former assistant at all the clubs that he's had success, and therefore, as an assistant, he's won everything. Yeah. Can he win something now as the main man? Nakajima, he's getting his first goal this weekend as well.
Yeah, he used to play for my favourite Portuguese side as well, Portimao.
Not Porto.
Portimao, Chris. They used to be the big boys, but they're back now. That's where he's come. He's come direct from Portimao straight into De Hale.
El Arabi, nice to see him back as well. Back finishing, I mean.
You just wanted this performance last week, that's all, because we all want that big crunch game at the end, don't we? And it's looking like now you're going, no, you've popped our balloon a little bit there now, giving us this performance. We wanted it last week. It never came last week, and. You know, and I can't see who's going to stop Al Sadd. It's not a runaway train. It's more than that, whatever that can be. Absolutely destroying everyone in charge of him.
Don't know what's more than a runaway train. Ruben de la Barrera, the head coach of Al Ahly. Goodness me, welcome to Qatar, welcome to the league, and Al Ahly now. Listen, they're still in a good position. You just mentioned it. You know, the points difference there for 4th spot. It's still accessible with 12 points to play for.
Is it his first job as a manager? It's his first job, isn't it? He's only 13.
Yeah, he's a very young manager.
So if things go wrong, what do you fall back on?
Yeah,
mind you, got to learn though, haven't you?
You've spoken to him. We saw them when we were doing the Alcace International Cup. We spoke to Nigel de Jong. He came in and we asked him about.
And he's brilliant, and he's a lovely guy. But it wasn't broken, was it? It was the best. It was whatever Machala does. You say how old he is, whatever, and he had a little bit of a turbulent time at the start, and the press and everyone was having a go at him. And all of a sudden, he turned this round, and the team was flying. And he thought, well, just keep that journey going. Same with Belmadi, keep it going. As soon as it goes wrong, we've got this guy here now. We can bring him in. Instead, what do? They just think, I tell you what. Come on, let's ruin all this now and let's bring a new manager. It's not his fault at all. New player, it didn't need it.
They possibly had the best performance of the season when they beat Al Sadd.
Yeah, but this is the highest they finished. This was the best what they're doing. And someone's brought a board meeting and thought, what we're going to do here now is change it. You don't change it here. It's good the way it is. You know, I can't work those decisions out.
And now it is a bit of a struggle, it would seem.
Well,
they're still in the.
They are, but they've got a chance now. They've got away with it with the results there. So now when they get back, if they can get it going, they have a chance.
Do you think they will? Well, who do you, based on it's very difficult to see. We've seen some rather strange performances. Yeah. But we're talking about the 4th spot. I mean, who's going to take it?
Well, there's two out of 3. Mate, listen, Al Arabi. We're on 27 points. They've played themselves into it.
Yeah, I agree.
So they could just steamroller into it.
2 teams out of 4 there in the battle. But don't ask me
my last season's predictions when I said Al Garrafa, they'll make it into the top 4, and you looked at me and they did.
But who would you go for now? You won't put your hat on any of those.
Maybe Al Arabi. I fancy Al Arabi.
Yeah.
I do.
If you're going off form, yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, who's in form now? Because we've got another little break, haven't we? And then you've got to get the engines going. Coming out, I can't get your phone, but
we're coming back, and then we've got another break.
It is a bit stop-start. I know we talk about it a lot, but you've been there. You've been in a position when playing is important, and the second you break it, it just breaks routine.
It's
it
a
breaks
disaster.
the consistency.
It's an absolute disaster. You know, you've got to realise if if you have 5 days off, or if you miss 5 days, you lose that little bit of something. So having a long time off and then getting yourself fit and then coming back, you don't get that proper match fitness.
For the teams that are winning, it's a nightmare. For the teams that are losing, you can work on something on the training ground for 2 weeks, can't you?
Just
the ones that are winning,
word on Alderhale though, that was the performance that we got used to seeing under Belmadi, where they just sort of just didn't stop. And as I said, when you look at the possession, Al Ahly had 50% of the ball.
Did they?
But yes, they did. Unbelievably, according to the statistic.
Rod, do me a favour, leave the stats out of this one.
I'm just telling you, it's not like they didn't have the ball.
Yeah, but I'm only trying to say
but they had seven shots on target.
I understand what you're saying, but they've got beat 6-0, so give the stats
I know, but the most important
big
stat was 7 attempts on target, 6 in the back of the net, which is what I said.
You know what was disappointing about that stat then was my reaction. I shouldn't have got involved then, should I? So what? And I actually got involved in that then.
6-0.
I'm disappointed in myself with that.
It's 6-0, end of. You don't look at anything with that.
All right, we'll move on to Qatar Sports Club. Now, they needed to conjure up something quite incredible if they were to stop the runaway train of Al Sadd. Once again, Nick Summerby and Chris Makin watching this one.
Oh, what a lovely little touch, and Assad Afif this time bursting into the box. Certainly a raised arm there in the penalty area. Distance-wise, I don't think he could get out of the way though. No, side, it's his side,
It's his side, yeah. I mean, don't look into it like his arm's up there. I mean, everyone's shouting. Don't know if they're going to look at it on VAR though, but that's where he's saying it looked like it hit him there as well, just at the top part of his chest. It's not been given one on referee.
Come on, you've got to make a decision. Well done, ref. Well done.
Once again, threading it through the middle. Qatar Sports Club get the ball. Etu gives it away. It's back with Abdul Karim. Here we go. He's pushing forward. Goes for the strike.
Oh my word! Talk about opening the game up. What a strike from Abdul Karim! Must be about 25-30 yards on an angle as well, and he just unleashes a shot that is unstoppable. Once again, Qatar Sports Club contributed to their own downfall. He's pointed to the spot. Omar dived in his own box there, and that's a massive mistake for Qatar Sports Club. You hold your hands up when you concede that goal. Bunja about to make it 32 for the season and put Al Sadd 2-0 up. And he goes to the left-hand side of the goal. He makes it look easy. No chance for Jassim. Bunja makes it 2-0 Al Sadd. Not wide to Hamroon. Hamroon sees his shot blocked by Wu Young. Hamroon picks up the ball again. Goes to the near post, too close to Sadd. First time I see Bunja give it away, but I'll tell you what, he wins it back straight away, and Bunja goes to the far post. Sees his shot deflected over the bar, corner to Al Sadd.
And obviously Tiber Kanine. I mean, that's massive business that from Trabelsi. And this is what Qatar need. They need one of those players.
There is Yasser. Oh, Jassim. Oh, what a goal! Great reactions there from Akram Afif. He's well on his way. He's got 20 goals now. He's one behind ball Whittington, the near post. Let's flick towards goal by Bunja. Jassim punches it off the line. Line up a shot hit by her. Not bad effort at all.
Tell you what, he gets too much on it though. If you can do that from that sort of range, he's hit it from about 60 yards away.
Got the overlap coming from Al Jasmi, trying to pull it back. Oh, there's a chance there for Moeen. Etu lined up the shot. Oh, what a ball, what a goal. There'll be another penalty. The referee has no doubt straight away. Jassim just brought down Akram Afif. El Hadou's up against Jassim, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. 4-0, Al Sadd will lead heading into the break. Here's Omar now. He's one off. Can he get a shot on target? It is, and it goes in. Oh yes! Sadd tried to get over. It's Baha who just goes to the near post. Lots of pace on the shot. Just catches Sadd unawares, and it's 4-1 now. Oh, what a ball! What a crossfield pass it was from Abdul Karim. Sits out there, who's free. Pulls it back to Afif into the top of the net there from Afif. Goes level with El Arabi. The goal scoring charts. That's his 21st of the season.
Qatar came out and made a bit of a go of it second half, but the quality and is far too much. Once again,
on for his hat-trick, and he makes it look easy. Slots it past Jassim in goal there. Akram Afif gets his hat-trick on the night. It's 6-1 to Al Sadd. Akram Afif gets his 22nd of the season, and he goes ahead of El Arabi. That's how much he's improved. Bunja now, he's got options to his left and his right. Still Bunja. Does he take any of the options up? Goes for it himself, and he gets the 7th of the evening for Al Sadd. Bunja grabs his 33rd goal of the season. Still might be time now for Bunja to grab his hat-trick, and he does, and he makes it 8-1 on the night to Al Sadd. Bunja, 34 goals, hat-trick. Both him and Afif in the picture there have grabbed hat-tricks tonight in this 8-1 win.
Okay, what can you say about Al Sadd other than very enjoyable to watch and, wow, just great. Nick, anything else?
It's the best we've seen them. It's our 7th year now, and they are flying. I mean, who'd have thought? I mean, we know Afif was a good player, but not to come in and do what he's doing now. I mean, he's possibly the best player on the pitch constantly. Bunja as well was absolutely fantastic. Just the whole side, it's there for him now. Xavi's not even playing, you know, and they've got this squad there now. They can change it around. Gabby as well, not there. They are, yeah, it's there for them now, and you know it as well. But they're enjoying it. They're out working, out playing, out scoring, you know, and they're, yeah, this is their year for me.
Can they be the best team in Asia?
Yeah.
You think the strength in depth is there with the squad now?
Well, we just mentioned two players that are out there.
Two quite good ones. By the way, Xavi and Gabby are right. Yeah.
Why can't they? I just you hope Ferreira stays, don't you? That's what you want. You know, he wants the league, and hopefully he goes, well, hang on a minute, I'll do the Champions League as well. Keep that group of players.
When you've got the two forwards scoring the amount of goals that they are at the moment, then you just want to play every single Saturday at the moment, don't you? Keep playing, take it into that Champions League.
And as well as we said about, if Afif has another season like this or another half a season, he has to go somewhere else because it's too easy for him. And I don't say that wrong about the league, but he needs to be tested. He's that confident now. He needs to, surely. Paris Saint-Germain for me, I do keep saying it, I keep thinking of them crazy. Why can't he go there? You know, he's proved what he's done in the international scene at the moment. He's flying in what he's doing here now, so why can't he? He's Qatari owned. Why don't you get him there? But use him, get him on the pitch and see what he's all about and have a look.
Why not? Let's look first of all at the Abdul Karim goal in a bit more detail because it's that good. Go on.
It's shades of Roberto Carlos. I know it was a free kick what he scored against France that time, but this has just got the movement and the power on it, and it's just wonderful to see. And you know, they didn't start off the best, Al Sadd, but this goal just opens up the game. And look at it, it's one of those goals that you can keep looking at all night long, honestly. Look how he cuts across the ball, and he sets it off about, 3 or 4 yards to the right of the post there. And because he cuts across the ball, it's on the right side of the ball, and it just comes in at the end.
And he's playing it with confidence, isn't he? You know?
The keeper's hand's just there, just about to get a touch on it. It's just inside the post.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Let's talk now about Nick. Talk about the Afif goal, because again, not to be outdone.
Yeah, but his awareness, just watching where he is. But watch his body language as well. He wants the ball. He's shouting all the time. Just keep your eye out for him. There's in the middle there. Look, he's shouting. He wants the ball. He's giving himself an angle. Then all of a sudden you get in the box. Look, he's waiting. He's monitoring where the ball's going to go. You know, and he's going off Bunge's run as well. I mean, Bunge does fantastic for him because he gets the slightest of touches. But then he readjusts and he knows everything what's going on. You know, straight away and he just turns around and gives us that fantastic overhead kick. And he's a joy, you know, with the World Cup coming. You know, Moez and other players as well, but that's what you want.
You'd love to pose a question to someone else, and maybe like a Xavi, you'd have to ask Xavi, what do you want from a FIFA? Do you want him to stay at the football club? Because, you know, if they are going to win the Champions League, then they need a FIFA at the football club. Or...
He's got age on his side, isn't he? He could stay there. You want to see him through this now. This next campaign, wouldn't it be great if they can keep everybody together there? Keep Osvaldo Ferreira, don't make any changes. You've got a good squad. Because the way the AFC Champions League is, just to explain it, people don't know, it starts now, then there's a break over the summer, then you come back, and then the finals in November. So it kind of breaks across the regular season. So you need to try and keep everybody, you know, fit, healthy, and at the club.
He's still young in terms of the career. He's only starting. I know he's having a fabulous season, but he's still 2 or 3 seasons into his career. He's got a lot to achieve to do it, but I'd like to see him stay at Al Sadd for maybe the next couple of seasons.
The main thing is as well is Bunge was the big question mark, wasn't he? And he's signed, so that's it. And if they're going to strengthen the side, they don't need to strengthen the side. That's the squad. That's it for me. Now they brought them in last summer, going to win the league, keep these together for the Champions League.
Let's talk about Qatar Sports Club. Chris, playing out of the back. No. A, not when you're playing that badly, and B, not when you're playing against Al Sadd, surely.
No, you got to know your... What's the word I'm looking for? Your levels or your station, and, you know, clear your lines. You're at the bottom of the league. You're against Al Sadd. We know what Al Sadd do. They press on you. They punish you for any mistakes. So clear your lines and get up the pitch. How many times have we said this, though, on these programmes? It's like when we say about strikers, get across the near post. We're forever saying it because the best strikers do it. So when you're a defender there, I mean, you're getting pressured there. He's trying to play it into midfield. Go down the line. Have a little bit of common sense sometimes as a footballer.
But you know what was there? There was 6 players pushing on. So use a bit of your brain. We're saying away from what the manager says. There's 6 players there. What a space in behind. Just chip it away in front of them.
And once the ball goes behind them, that's 6 players
out
of
the game.
Out.
That's it. So they don't think you've got to think a little bit of, you know, there wasn't that at all. That's what I think the manager was fuming about. But they're in it now. They're in a relegation battle.
All right, let's move on to Al Salia. Al Salia, fantastic position, 3rd spot going into week 18. Could they now cement their position there at the end of the season? Well, this last weekend they were up against a fast improving Al Arabi side. Next time being Chris Makin with the commentary.
Al Ali 6-0 away to Al Dehail.
Looking forward to seeing them. Can't believe it. Great ball. What a delivery into the box. That. Get on the end of it. Get on the end of it.
Don't talk him up now. Just send him up, finish him 3rd. Peregrines soaring high. Oh, chance here now for Boney. The dream team hit back straight away. You're right.
They've not done
You're right, Nicholas. Boney, 3 goals in 3 games.
Yeah, fantastic finish. We're just talking about Saleh down one end, thinking they should have scored. Forgetting about Al Arabi, they go forward, and this man in your screen here, Boney. Zones and low blocks and everything. And then what's that one? Hang on, wait there a minute. Ball's going through. Great stop there by Gregory Gomez.
No, that's what he's in the side for. Oh, he's got to react to it there. Fad coming in. No. Straight away, you know, it's a dive. Fad then.
Just saying then with Gregory, he's struggling with his kicking sometimes, you know. He's just got to get rid of it sometimes. He's really finding it difficult to kick. Here's the ball into the box. This is what Al Arabi are good at getting for. That's a foul, that. There's a tackle. Referee says play, and I'd rather it be that. Yeah, but you know what? Do you know what? I'd rather it be that way, would you?
Oh, Belhaj gets in front of the full-back. Back to Fahad. Can he get his shots off into the near post? Saved by Gomis. Fahad to the near post. Oh, it's an own goal. Finally, they get the equaliser. Al Salih. Gregory Gomes caught out. Fahad with a low cross. Who does it come off? Mode again to the far post towards Abdul Qadir this time. Belhaj with a volley.
Here's Farhad breaking into the box. This is interesting now. All of a sudden, is it going to open up now? He's got his chance.
He's done it again. Oh, it's in! Abdul Qadir, the goal scorers, strike back. Always got a chance of scoring goals when you've got players like Abdul Qadir and Tibet Kareem in your forward line, and they've done it. Oh, Tibet Kareem pounces on that mistake from Al Arabi. Can he find Abdul Qadir? Trying to put it back to May. Finds Belhaj instead. Jardel now in swinger. Oh, and there's equaliser. Vasquez on the far post for Al Arabi. First real attack they've had in the last 10 minutes or so. A deep cross by Diego Jardel. Vasquez comes in and he just nods it into the far side of the netting. And Al Arabi are level now.
Well, at the moment, Al Arabi are 24, so they're 25. Salih are 31, so they will be 32. It's still not bad for Salih, but
if it finishes 1-1.
If it finishes 1-1,
Musab coming forward. Sorry, Nick. Musab back to Wilfred Boney. Wilfred Boney to the far post. It's 3-2. They're down. All of a sudden, it's Al Arabi that hit back. Where's this come from?
what a goal. Do you know what, Chris? Give this man service. He scores with ease. What a finish, by the way. What a game of football this has turned out to be, by the way. Absolutely fantastic from Al Arabi.
Oh, Nezzalou's pass picked up by Diego Jardel, who's got Salah to his left. Picks out Salah. Salah with a great chance in the near post end. And the flag's out for the Al Arabi fans. And the whistle goes, and what a result this is for Al Arabi in a very topsy-turvy game in the end. And have they played themselves into that top four?
Wow, what a fantastic game of football. And are the good times on the way back at Al Arabi, Chris Makin?
I hope so. We've seen them struggle over the years, haven't we? We've seen the managers struggle over the years.
We've seen a lot of them.
We've seen a lot of managers, full stop, yeah. I'll tell you what, it was a tricky game because the wind was so strong. But it was topsy-turvy, like we said in the commentary, and they've come away with a win and they've got a chance of maybe getting in the top four now.
Yeah, it's difficult to sort of pinpoint, who was at fault there. Al Salih at one point, they thought they were winning it. They're in a good position. They're in third spot. They still remain there, and it could have gone either way, that one in the end.
It could have. It was a great game of football. I think it was a good weekend, all in all, really, in the league. Salih will be kicking themselves. It was theirs, wasn't it? And all of a sudden then, but this Al Arabi, you've got to give great credit to what they did as a team, and obviously with the coach as well. I think Bonnie's a good centre forward. Once they get to know what he's all about and they give him the service, he's a goal scorer.
Wilfred Boney, former Manchester City, Swansea, English Premier League player, and I think it shows. What you've picked out is his first touches, Nick.
First touches. Are we showing it now?
If you want to, do you want to?
No, I think we'll have a chat about it for about an hour before.
No. Let's have a look at his first touches. Here we go.
Listen, if you're going to go high in football and a long way in football, it's about your first touch. And there's no better way to show you than this here now. Just watching it comes to him here now. It's very difficult. It's the outside of his right foot, but with that first touch, it beats the goalkeeper, and then he can slide it into the net. He makes it look easy. It's all done in one motion, really. But just look at this here now. This is when he comes alive. He's not in the game really a lot.
That was lovely off his laces, wasn't it?
Just fantastic there, the way he just glided. And once again here now, that's where he's going to be. We talk about, you're going to be a goal scorer. That's where you earn your money. But once again, that first touch, awareness, then take it back past the defender, and then you've still got the work to do. Slides it into that bottom corner.
How many years did he have at City? Season or two?
Yeah, about 2 seasons, but he played about 30 to 40 games, something like that.
But that's a long time at City when you're playing with he was in and out of the side, but he was playing with some of the best players in the world. Your David Silvers and that, you You've got to have a good first touch in that training session, I would imagine.
Exactly, and he played one game for them in that set. It's good. He's played 30-odd games.
But sometimes with those touches, just that touch alone, it beats the defenders. You know, it doesn't look anything, but it's.
It gave him the space though, didn't it?
It gave him. He knew what his awareness around him. It's probably right from playing with those players there and all that quick football. You know, as soon as it gets to him, he comes alive. You know, but they've got to try and find a way to give him more opportunity.
You get that feeling. I know you were saying it all along. Give him the service. You get that feeling that every time he would get the ball, if they gave it to him, he'd probably score a goal or come close.
But
every time.
But he's cute. You see, he's when I say cute, he's got a football brain. But on top of that, he's strong as well. You know, he knows where to go. We talk about all the time when the ball's going down either the left or the right hand side. We saw with a thief, you know, you've got to monitor what's going on. If somebody's going to near post, I'll go around the back, and you're watching, you're waiting for the pieces, and he's like that, you know, waiting for something to happen. Once the ball comes to him, then
silly runs, does he?
He doesn't need to wait. He's not that stupid to go running into channels and all that. He just, when it comes to him, that's when he comes alive.
Brilliant. Let's have a look at the Vasquez goal now in a bit more detail, Chris.
Wonderful goal, great delivery. Diego Jardel back in the team for this game, and it's a wonderful delivery. But I'll tell you what. You're talking about a touch from Boney. This is cushioned, and he just feeds it to the far post there. He knows because of the crosses. He knows he's got a little bit of a turn on the ball. He just cushions it to the far post. It's a great goal.
Okay, so do Al Arabi make it into the top four? That's the big question. Fancy them?
Yeah, why not? Up against Algarafa next in 2 weeks.
Heimir Hallgrímsson, the Icelandic former Iceland national team coach, seems to have got something going there. He's brought some good players in.
Yeah, no, I agree with Chris. Why not? You know, you look at the other teams. It's not happening for the other teams, is it? Apart from Salir this weekend, but Ryan and Al Ali, it's not for them. So they're the better team.
Why has it worked for him? I mean, he's changed that side around. He's put 5, 6, 7 new players in there.
Well, he probably
must have done well on the training ground. He must have drilled them.
Yeah, but he must have asked for those players. He's brought.
Yeah, but other clubs bring a lot of new players in.
Yeah, they've all clicked,
look at Al Ali.
Last week as well, Morteza. Another great.
No, what I'm saying, why look at the situation at Al Ali.
Yeah,
that's gone the other way.
Yes.
The manager's gone in there. He's brought the players in and presumed that he wants it.
Yeah, but not as experienced a manager. Heimir Hallgrímsson has got quite a bit of experience and has had tremendous success in Iceland. And I know he's dealing with the national team, but again, he's been a coach, a club coach before that, and with the national team, Iceland haven't got that many players. You've got to get the best out of what you got there.
I think your main one there is Morteza and obviously Boney. Boney's your one there. He's done good business.
All right, we'll keep an eye and watch. Now then, were Al Khor about to embark, or had they already started on one of their infamous end-of-season runs which normally pull them out of trouble? Well, we're going to see whether they could do it against Salal, who weren't in their best form at the moment. Al Khor seem to be playing quite fluid football all of a sudden. The trio of Brazilians are working well as a unit. In stark contrast, Salal, for the second successive week, looked off the pace and bereft of ideas. It was the Brazilian Wagner who delivered the decisive blow in this game when he hit the back of the net in the 62nd minute. And while helping his side notch up their second successive victory, it was 2 defeats on the bounce for Salal. Here they go again. Do Al Khor pull themselves out of trouble?
Forget about that. Can Salal get dragged into it? They've got 20 points. If
same as Shana.
20 points, you know, Al Khor win the next game. Is there a possibility? Maybe.
There's 12 points up for grabs. There's nothing to stop. Al Kharatiat are going to play Qatar Sports Clubs next. That's another one. And then there's 12 points up for grabs for each team.
It's a bit of a tricky one. The league is all of a sudden just coming alive, isn't it?
I think down the bottom's wide open.
Yeah. Qatar Sports Club, but 2 weeks ago had a 7-point gap over Al Khor. Now it's down to 1.
There we go.
Panic stations. Up next, Karatsiat.
Yeah.
Al Khor they're playing quite nicely.
You must be thinking, if you're a Qatar Sports Club player like that, aren't you? What's going on now?
Where's the goals
2 weeks ago, we come back from the break.
But where's the goals coming from?
Exactly.
There's no goal scorers there at all. What's going to... Salal, it's a disappointment, you've got to say that, haven't you? From where they used to be, you're knocking on the door to get in the top 4. You know, it's not happening at all at the moment. But this is fantastic from both the teams, you've got to say. I mean, these have more of a chance because obviously they're ahead of Kratiat. You know, do you know what? They've always had good performances. You know, and everybody that's played against them have had a difficult game, but now they've got it going now. And
They've just struggled to score goals this season, haven't they?
They've just got it. This boy here, Wagner, by the way.
Yeah. Well, do you remember when we first arrived, Al Khor used to do quite well with a Brazilian trio, a different Brazilian trio. They've got these three here now who seem to be working well, understanding each other, scoring the goals.
You can't beat timing in football, and all of a sudden they just started scoring goals. They weren't doing this at the start of the season. Couldn't win a football match, couldn't score goals.
Doing it now, all right.
I think they're getting out of it, Al Khor.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a big call.
You're not saying any more about that then? I just think it's...
you think Al Khor? Don't worry, it's marked down.
I think they're going. I think one of those down there, Qatar or maybe...
Okay, so who's going... Do you think Al Khor get out of it or no?
No. I think to go down, I think Qatar...
So who goes into that playoff position then? Qatar Sports Club. Right, let's recap the results then from week 18. Al Khor then 3-0 winners over Al Gharafa. It was an interesting Wednesday, that opening day. Two shocks really. Al Shahania 3-0 winners over Al Rayyan. That's what happened on Wednesday, the 27th of February. Thursday, it was Al Duhail 6, Al Ahly 0. And then Al Sadd 8-1 winners over Qatar Sports Club. And the 1st of March, Al Salia in that game against Al Arabi, great game, but it was Al Arabi who just edged ahead. Al Khor then 1-0 winners, as you saw, over Salal. What does that do to the league table? Let's show it, and this is how it is after 18 weeks. 4-point gap at the top still. Al Sadd ahead of Al Duhail. Al Salia down there 31 but in 3rd spot. Al Rayyan hanging on to that 4th spot at the moment, but Al Ahly, Al Arabi closing in for sure. Down at the bottom, that's why it's wide open. Al Khor have brought themselves to 9 points, but look at that, 15, 16, 19 for Al Gharafa, even Al Shahania and Salal, just 20 points. That 11th spot, which is the playoff spot for relegation, looks very tentative at the moment. Right, goals of the week as chosen by Nick and Chris. And who is going to start us off this week?
Chris is going to take all this now and do all three for us, aren't you, Chris?
There you go. Well decided.
Very, very difficult.
To stop the arguments. All right then, Chris. Who gets
the top 10 for you? How's that for you?
Top 10. They were that good this week.
It Chris. Let's do it all. Come on.
Top 3. 3rd place. Bronze medal. Afif.
Woof.
Akram Afif. Don't see many overhead kicks, do we? I know it's only from 6 yards out, but it doesn't matter.
But he knew where he was putting that, didn't he?
Still great technique. I can't remember the last time we saw the overhead kick goal.
Bottom corner.
Wonderful. No, he's got his eye on it all the time.
Was it Tiburonese last year that did one?
Oh,
he
right
did.
Yeah,
he did.
That will not be beat, by the way, Tiburonese. As his celebration.
Well done, Akram Afif.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. All right, we're going to stick with you then, as you're the man in charge this week, Chris.
A goal that's totally different. Individual goal by Sadd.
Of Al Shahania?
Yeah, what a goal. Plays a little 1-2 in the middle of the park there, and he just sets off. You've got to remember who's chasing him back. It's Vieira. Not many people get the run on Vieira, and then just the finish at the end as well. Cool finish. And he made it 3-0 on the night, and that was the 3 points going to Shahania. Strong player. He's just coming to a little bit of form as well, hasn't he? In midfield for Shahania. Sadd. There he is.
Fantastic win against Al Rayyan. 3-0. Brilliant. And the number one goal, unsurprisingly. Yeah. There were some good goals out of that 27, but this one did stand out. It could probably hang on for goal of the season.
I've already seen it about 5 times, but we'll
Let's
have another look.
Let's see it more.
Abdul Karim for Al Sadd. Wonderful. Look at that. It's not only the distance, it's the angle. Mind you, if he doesn't have that angle, he can't really cut across the ball and get the swerve on it, can he? If he's going down the middle of the park, it's just, it's straight shot in it, but...
Look at that, look. You can watch
There's a one from behind.
You can watch it time and time again.
It's next to it.
It's like a golf shot, isn't it? Look at that there, look. It's just wonderful. You know what? You can always tell when you hit it.
It's not like my golf shot, that's for sure.
But you can always tell when you hit it, the ball doesn't move, does it? You just catch it so good, and it's fantastic strength.
I wish my golf shots were that good. Well done, Abdul Karim. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. Fantastic weekend. Week 18. A big thank you to Nick Summerby, Chris Macon and the whole team. We've got a little bit of a break now, but it won't be long before we're back for week 19. From all of us here, bye for now.